Howdy, this is Fred, and today we are home again, and this is CNN. We're going to talk a little bit about the CNN Center, and back when it was exclusively the Omni Hotel, and what was inside then, and what's inside now. So let's take a little bit of a time travel back into the atrium of the CNN Center, formerly the Omni Hotel. Now we're in the dining area of the atrium here at the CNN Center. And although the basic layout of this part of the building is the same, it has gone through quite a bit of an evolution since this building was constructed back in the mid-70s. Let's talk a little bit about what's here now and what used to be. Believe it or not, this area, the dining area of the atrium, was once an ice rink. And yes, I remember coming down many times and regaling people with my axles and spins and salchows and flips and jumps. Yeah, that did not happen. The few times I came down to the rink, I pretty much stayed close to the boards and held on for my dear life, because that skating thing was just not for me. But it was fun. It was fun. You know, I've been fell on my butt a few times. Now, this area back here, where the souvenir store was, that's where you bought your ticket, and that's checked out your skates before you hit the ice. Yeah, that was a good time. Now, this escalator has served two purposes in its lifetime. First, it was the entrance up to the world of Sid and Marty Krofft. Now, that was an indoor amusement park that utilized the space up here where CNN's offices are now. But at one time, for about a 6-month period, it was an indoor amusement park that was inspired by the programming of Sid and Marty Krofft. Here's a little bit of a slideshow to show you what that looked like. And here's a better view of the dining area. That was once the ice rink here in CNN Center. Back then it was the Omni Hotel, of course. Now, another thing that was here in the Omni was the Omni 6 multiplex, one of the few multiplex theaters that was in the downtown area. The post office is here now, and from this section back toward the front, heading toward Marietta Street, that's where the theaters were occupied. And one more thing, back on this corridor behind me, a little bit further down, that's where the Omni Playroom Arcade was located. You could play the latest video games of the time in an arcade setting here at the Omni. Now, of course, after Turner bought the property and turned it into the CNN Center, the area where the amusement park was pretty much gutted out. I wonder what happened to all that stuff. Anyway, then they turned it into the offices and studios of CNN here in Atlanta. Now let's enjoy another short slideshow showing the evolution of the Omni Hotel to the CNN Center. including some really great aerial shots of the building. Enjoy. Well, that's a little bit about the evolution of the CNN Center from its early days as the Omni Hotel to what it is now. Now, CNN has been recently bought by Discovery, and so its future here is kind of up in the air. I've heard that they may be moving their facilities to the Turner Mansion, which is over there near Tech, right off of the connector in Midtown. So we'll see what happens with CNN and its future. But for now, we're home again at the CNN Center. Till next time.